Alright, it is 9:23 a.m. The first day of February 21, and I have a few stocks on the main watch list, a lot of OTCs that I'll be looking at for number 5 setups. First of all, we have ALYI. This one is looking pretty bad. Maybe if it does some kind of reversal, I could short into it, risking off, maybe some kind of lower high setup. I'm not just going to randomly short this, especially right before the market open. They could definitely try squeezing or something like that. ASM, I might remove this. I just noticed now it's a gold stock. I'm going to remove this. I might keep it. It looks a little impressive. I just don't like that it's a gold stock. And it looks like a New York Stock Exchange stock too. Mr. GameStop, I'll just be watching. True setups, although it seems to be trying very hard to stay above this 320 level. It's just right below it, but this thing could be trying really hard to put up a higher low, which would be impressive. NAKD, no setups right now. Not too interesting. It'll have to be more volatile before I'll be even interested in trading it. And PHUN is a first day stock that broke out of a range, so we're gonna have to look at this one as well and see what kind of setups could come from this. Nothing true right now, but a lot of OTCs for number 5 setups. I have 2 day trades available now here on E-Trade. I'm probably gonna try to save them for a short position or a number 5 setup with an OTC. I should try to save my day trades, my regular longs on listed stocks for the Interactive Brokers account probably. Alright, it is 9:32. The platform seems to be much better than what it's been previously. It's still a bit slow. Definitely some lag, but not like what it has been before. It's definitely an improvement. ALYI, unless this reverses pretty quickly and maybe offers some kind of opportunity, maybe a reversal and then maybe a short on that reversal when it fades, potentially, I'll be interested in it. Otherwise, I'm going to take that one off. ASM, the gold stock, in theory you could have, I don't think I was really around in time, but I don't know. It's having a nice downtrend. I don't think I would have shorted this though. Even though it looks like it's putting up a lower high, even the top of the wick here, this is definitely more bullish than this. And then it had a fade. A big red candle wiped out that support right here. Maybe I could have shorted it and risk off a lower, risk off of it making a higher high, but I didn't, and it's a gold stock, so it's not too ideal. I'm actually gonna probably just remove this, even though it's moving nicely. It's just I don't really want to trade a gold stock. It's like a commodity. BRLL is the OTC that I'm interested in. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's gonna put up a number 5 setup, even though it's down 10%. It's just not the price action you want for a number 5 setup. It looks like one, but it opened down like this. It didn't really necessarily, make a nice number 5, or it's fading every single candle until it finds a level to, hold support. So no setups right now, but I'm definitely looking. Alright, it's 9:39. The platform is just completely slow. I can't even save the platform. DOPS looks like a number 5 setup. It's down 17%, but I can't even look at the chart to see how that's trading right now. And quite frankly, if everybody is having problems buying right now or selling or whatever, shorting, because their platform is just stupidly, slow at the market open, is the pattern even going to work out? Because, if there's nobody there to trade it, will it just happen on its own with everybody who isn't having problems? I don't know. It's just, you can't trade like this. You can't. You can't trade this. I don't know. I'll probably just start researching now. I already got rid of my Robinhood account. I'm probably just gonna find another backup broker, something that just works. I don't care if it's freaking Quest Trade. Something that isn't gonna cause a problem like this. Alright, I restarted my broker. I missed DLPS because I just wasn't able to get this broker working by the time I saw it got to here, and you know, I didn't want to chase. It could have very well have failed, and then, you know, maybe started downtrending some more, which would have been bad. So I absolutely missed this setup, but I can't get too upset because that was the broker, that wasn't me. Although maybe I should try to find a different broker. POYZ looks like another potential number 5. This one's just too fucking iffy. I mean, like, I'm pushing myself to trade OTCs, but now, like, you know, sub penny stocks, you know, this, I don't know if I'll trade this. I can try, but you know, 17 might hold. It might hold right here at 18. The volume isn't really that good. This one could very well play out, but I'm not gonna mind if I missed it because it just seems too illiquid. And it's a sub penny stock. I'm not gonna feel bad if I missed this one, actually. I would have felt bad if I missed DLPS. If I had seen it like around here, I was ready to see it downtrending. All I have to do is look at the other screen and see that it's, you know, down more than 10%, and I'll put it on this main watch list to look at. But I missed it because of broker issues, and when I saw it was here, and again, if it didn't work, it could have, you know, I didn't want to be in the trade. And then it stops working right here because it doesn't have to work, and you know, you get in trouble because you chased it a little. POYZ, if I had to guess, is gonna very likely do a nice uptrend. Just don't want to trade it because it's a sub penny stock. The volume is crap. Some people can't even trade right now because of their brokers. I'm just gonna leave it like that, and I'll come back with an update, see what it does, but I'm just not gonna trade it for that reason. Alright, it's 9:59 a.m. PLYZ actually isn't doing much. I would have been out of this trade by now because it's just not doing anything. There's no volatility. It had a nice drop, but it's not, you know, this is taking too long. Obviously, it could still uptrend later on, but or it could also fail, or it might just consolidate. But regardless, I would already be out of this trade because it's taking too long. It's not doing anything. DLPS was the one that worked out very nicely from 12 to 14. You know, this is the one that worked out better than the other ones. There was another one, BR. I was looking forward to this one, but it didn't really do a nice number 5. I mean, sure, you can say, you know, it went from 9 to 10, but that's not really that much range. I tried to place an order NAKD. I didn't like how long it was taking the delay, so I immediately got out. I saw it for a very long time here, and you know, it made itself a wick to risk off of, so I considered it in this candle, one of these two. Let's see, 957. Yeah, this one right here, but I got out of it because I just didn't like how long the order was taking, and it could have also, which is not, at least right now doesn't seem like it, could have rejected this 154 level. The thing is that this thing has a, is my order still up? I don't know what's going on with this. I might actually even be in a position, which would be bad if I'm in a position and I don't know it. I don't know, maybe E-Trade's still trying to figure out if I actually got in a trade or not. I have no idea. I'm gonna restart the platform. I hope I'm not in a trade. Yeah, I really hope I'm not in a trade. Would hate to be in a trade. You know, it says cancel all orders. And I say yes. I'm gonna restart the platform just to see if it updates or says anything different. Yeah, and it's also you know, it could do it. It's just I would not be interested anymore. Right here when it was lower, I didn't want to buy because the level 2 looked horrible. There was a lot of people on the ask, a lot more than the bid, and a lot of, you know, streaks are red in the time and sale. So for that reason, I wasn't interested. GME, unfortunately, people. I mean, I'm not trying to be a bad person or mean, but you know, this thing could also go to 1,000. You never know. But you know, at the end of the day, it's very hard to push a stock that's not worth, you know, 19, 20, 25 billion dollars up further. It's just, you know, you're just pushing. It's like fighting the current. You know, it's maybe if the stock was actually worth 19 billion, but it was shorted all the way to $2 or something, but it was actually worth 19 billion, and then a short squeeze happens, and now it's, you know, consolidating, trading right at its true market level, because this isn't a penny stock, so you know, that could very well be the case, but I don't think it's worth $19 billion. It's just a short squeeze, and it's going to be very hard for people to keep pushing this up. You know, if it was like again, if it was actually worth, you know, 20 billion and it just got shorted all the way to $2, sure, it might just chill, but I don't think that's the case. It's going to be very hard for that to stay up. Doesn't mean it's not going to do anything crazy in the meantime, but holy shit, I'm actually in this trade. Alright, let's get out of this fucking trade. Holy crap, dude. Alright, I got out of that trade just because I wasn't trying to get in that trade. I was... What the heck, dude? Dude. That's not fucking funny. Are you serious, dude? I mean, I'm glad it worked, but I got out of the trade because I didn't like how long it was taking to execute. What the heck, man? Alright, well, I got in at 51. I sold at 58 with a $600 position. $900 position. Alright, well, that's a first. Yeah, like I said, I just got out of the trade because, you know, I wasn't you know, it just, no, I'm not just gonna hold it, you know, even though it was up. I'm not gonna just hold it. I wasn't trying to be in the trade anymore, so when it said I was in the trade, I got out of the trade, and that was a $37 profit, but that wasn't a trade I was trying to take. I was interested in it around right here. I'm gonna have to look and see how quick I was and notice that this thing actually completed. That's funny. Yeah, just got out of the trade because I didn't want to get in the trade anymore. So yeah, when they said I was in the trade, I got out. So it could pull up an inverse head and shoulders for all I know, shoulder head, and then maybe make a shoulder at 54, maybe even right here 57. This thing could squeeze. I just got out because I wasn't trying to be in the trade anymore. PHUN is not doing anything I like. Not doing anything that I like. PLYZ, I'm going to remove it. Just want to trade it. I have a note on the other screen that it doesn't have much range. Let's see if that's the case. Maybe it uptrended a little more. Yeah, the stock doesn't have much range. Let's do first, let's do this. It just doesn't have much range. I mean, yeah, it based off of the support level at 17-ish. You know, but the range isn't really there. Had it have dropped, you know, 21% here, you know, that would be nice, but no, there isn't much range for a number 5 setup. Yeah, I might pull up an inverse head and shoulders here. That'll be impressive, but again, I didn't want to be in the stock. It was a nice setup because it was holding. It made a nice wick to risk off of in the 40s. And then it had support, I noticed here, from 150-ish, although it was slightly below it. It was just a bit excessive the way it got there. It got into a little bit of max panic. I think this was a little overdone. Definitely, I think support from that range right there. And then when you look at this overall chart, you know how, like, it has all of this support, dropped here, support, not perfect. It has these wicks, these little excessive wicks, but overall it holds support around this 150-ish level. So the idea was that once it kind of dropped below 150 and then it got into a little bit of max panic here with this wick, that was pretty much a support level. It was showing you that it could hold because it has a wick here, and then that's why I was interested in getting in here. And then when I tried to get in the order, it was kind of taking longer than I thought it would have taken, so I got out, I canceled it, and then I didn't know if it canceled it completely or not because it was pending. And then once it said I was actually in the trade, I got out right here, and now it looks like it might make an inverse head and shoulders, which would be impressive. E-Trade got me in the trade I wasn't trying to get into anymore. An accidental trade, that's the first. GME looks like it might put up some sketchy triangle. I'll make an update later. I got one trade. You know, I like the plan and the setup. Got out because of the execution. Was taking longer than I thought it should have. When I realized I was in the trade, I got out immediately. Now it looks like it might try an uptrend if it breaks 160. Inverse head and shoulders. Not the best inverse head and shoulders, but a potential inverse head and shoulders. Alright, it is 10:15 a.m. It seems like I'm not the only person who got stuck. Check it out. This person right here didn't know if they got an NAKD. There was another one right here. I can't believe that. I wasn't the only other one. I don't know if this guy was involved too, but it seems like 2 other people had that same issue. And just to show, pretty impressive right here. Yeah, it was executed at 57. It took a while for it to realize. My cancellation didn't do crap. When I noticed I was in the trade right here, I got out. I mean, it played out exactly how I wanted it to. Well, obviously not perfectly. I wanted it to, you know, create a huge, you know, squeeze, but it didn't do that. The inverse head and shoulders kind of failed here. I mean, it did go from 56 to 62 if you count the wick, but it could actually put up an inverse head and shoulders here. The question is it going to hold 152? There's no big wick to risk off of, but sometimes you don't get that opportunity. It could definitely uptrend. Haven't really looked at the level 2. It's really not that bad. Again, the problem is that this is a 36-cent stock. You know, it doesn't have to keep going up. It can very well go back to the way it used to be. That is the issue with that. This looks like a potential inverse head and shoulders, and this is much better looking because it drops to the same, a little lower, but pretty much the same level as this shoulder. It just has to prove that it can hold 52, If it fails, there's gonna be, I think, plenty of chance to get out. But I don't know. I'll just probably not trade it just because I got in a trade already. And that kind of threw me off, although I could probably try with IB. But I don't know. I'm just really conflicted. So I'd rather not trade. But if I had to guess, this thing is going to make an inverse head and shoulders. Nice level of support of at 52.50-ish. You know, a great place to exit if it doesn't work out. You know, you buy at 54, it cracks 52, you get out at 50, you risk 4 pennies. That's not that bad. And then, of course, the reward is that, you know, it cracks 56, it gets to the neckline at 60, or it breaks 60 and it can continue a nice run up. But just because I'm a little conflicted and I don't like the level 2, I won't trade. But that seems like a setup. I'll definitely make an update to see if it worked out or not. Although, you know, it has a lot of things going for it. At the end of the day, this thing was a 44-cent stock, so that has to be taken into consideration. Okay, it's 10:21 a.m. BLOZF. I probably missed it because of the NAKD crazy. That's a number 5 setup here. It's I don't know how down it was. Maybe it was down like 15-20% at the lowest here. It's a bit wicky, so I don't know if I would have been executed or not, but if I would have traded it or not had I even seen it. It just looks like a number 5, but I would already be selling because I don't like this right here. It seems very weak. It's first real red day for like a number 5 setup. Yeah, definitely its first real number 5 setup. Held 150. Not perfectly, but you know, technical analysis isn't perfect. It had a small wick. I got it 48, 49, but definitely a 50 hold. Now it's 62. Is it going to keep uptrending? Who knows? I would have been already out by now just because of how slow it's trading. Probably will look forward to a number 5 setup, but something that drops more, maybe 180 to like 108. That would be impressive, you know. And then it tries to rebound. Maybe it got excessive after breaking 120. Something like that would be cool, but this was still cool nonetheless. It shows that I can do number 5 setups. I don't see any setups right now. Mr. NAKD is at 51. I would already be out, even though it could probably still work out, because it's just taking too long. Look how short the shoulder was here, and look how, you know, ugly it's getting here. And again, it's not a first or second day, it's a 4th day. So it's a 30-cent stock originally, 4th day on the run up. You know, I would already be getting out because it's taking too long, but it could have very well worked out regardless and squeezed a lot of people. Mr. GameStop is downtrending. Kind of broke the support level at 50, 250. Yeah, and it's just doing a downtrend. It's gonna happen, you know, because it's not worth its market cap. And just because the stock is up, you know, $200, $300, or maybe it goes to 1,000 at some point, you know, unless they do a financing, somebody's willing to accept GameStop and do a financing with them in exchange for their shares, this stock run up is not going to mean anything to them, because they're going to be like, oh well, you know, your stock is only up because of a short squeeze. We're not interested in, you know, a financing at the moment. And they're not able to get a financing, or if they do, maybe it'll be at like $63, a huge discount. It's just, that's how penny stocks work. So even though the stock is up so much, I don't think it's up in a good way that allows them to get financing. Maybe they do get one, that would be nice. And then it has a reason, even if it's at a discount, it could let it survive maybe, but you know, I'm probably thinking too far, but it's gonna be hard to, you know, push a stock up any higher if it's not worth its market cap. I'm gonna keep looking for setups. Nothing clear right now. Okay, it's 10:41 a.m. LODE. I think it was initially in my screener with Finviz, one of the stocks that were up on a day. Didn't really want to trade it because it was a real estate company. So it wasn't as bad as a gold stock, but this was a little bit like a commodity, at least I think. So it did a very nice. It broke out of this level here, failed, you know, got below it, but then it was a confirmed breakout. Not a perfect confirmed breakout because it was under the level, but it worked out. It was a nice spike from the 292s to 411-ish. Then it dropped. It started holding support off of the breakout level at $3. Nice uptrend, and then I was thinking, alright, well, is it going to try to crack the day high? No, it immediately got rejected, made a wick, downtrended, and then I saw, okay, I could do a head and shoulders short. It is shortable, right? Okay, so I'm pressing the short button and nothing happens. Somebody else said that they were struggling. Somebody else said that they were struggling as well, trying to get an entry, missed their execution with LODE, but I think it was for a dip buy. So then it did this right here, this movement, this potential head and shoulders. It didn't do much of a shoulder. I mean, it did a wick here, but that was it. I would have been out had I have shorted maybe here in the 30s, you know, right at the, or at the 40s because of the neckline. I need to make sure I'm not getting fucking short here. I don't need this problem. I do not want to be short this because this could very well just hold and continue in an uptrend, and I would hate to be short that. I'll come back with an update. NAKD didn't work out again, was just taking too long to make a shoulder. PHUN doing nothing I want. GME trying to make a comeback. It got halted. In theory, you could say yes, it held support from this range right here, but it wasn't exact. Wasn't going to trade this either. Right now I'm just going to make sure that I'm not getting short LODE. Don't want this what the heck? Don't want this uptrend. Forgot what price. I think I had it at 410. You know, I'm going to make sure I'm not getting short this trade. So I'll be back. Okay, it's 10:56 a.m. I'm gonna call it off for today. It broke, LODE broke 3, at least for now. It could be a confirmed breakdown, but I don't think I'm gonna really try being short this. You have to understand this thing has been up as high as 411. Even if it makes a setup, is the range really there? I mean, it's up over 100%. I just quite frankly don't want to short. You know, just gonna call it off. I'm a little mentally exhausted, just a little, but it's like a muscle. You have to keep doing workouts and it gets stronger. Just very nice head and shoulders in it. Short, if I had been short, probably would have covered in the 30s or the 40s. I wouldn't have been able to have waited, especially this, because this could have been a higher low, right? A higher low from here, and then make a bunch of higher lows and try again a breakout. Wasn't a fan of that, and it's not doing too bad under $3. Would have definitely have covered already had I have been short. GME seems like they're losing the battle again. It's just hard, even if everybody wants to go long, it's just hard to push up a stock to a market cap that is not worth it and then continue to hold it and even try pushing it higher. Now this thing could still do a crazy big move, but you know, it could also just continue the downtrend. But it's not going to last forever unless, like I said, GameStop is actually worth $20 billion. So then, well, they just pushed it back to the market cap it deserves, you know, give or take. It's going to actually stay there. But, you know, this not so much. 230, still impressive. NAKD didn't have that the hindsight of short when it was taking too long. Right at the wick. But this is a downtrend because it went from a wick to a smaller wick and some candles right at that low right here in the 40s. Confirmed breakdown under 150, now in the 130s. Didn't have the hindsight to short that. Could have shorted LODE. That was a missed trade. PHUN never did anything. Gonna remove it. But with NAKD, the setup worked. I wanted to do the setup. I canceled because it was taking too long. It seems like it was taking too long for the order to execute. It seems like I wasn't the only person having that same issue that I tried, because again, it dropped towards that 150 level. It was a bit excessive at the time. This is gradual. This is more accepting to be under that level. It did downtrend. Nice wick here to risk off of. And then it had a bit of an uptrend, went ahead and bought in this candle. Then it seemed like the order was going through instantly, so I canceled. Turned out it did go through, and then when I realized I was in the trade, I got out. I would have gotten out of here anyway had I have still held. And then it dropped a little. Could have been an inverse head and shoulders. Didn't break out 160. It tried, but you know, it didn't break out, and it just continued this downtrend. Which could have been a shoulder, but then it was taking too long. Didn't have the hindsight to short there. Very nice drop. Yeah, pretty good day. A lot of things learned. Very nice head and shoulders with LODE that I did miss. You know, I did get my NAKD trade, although it wasn't the way I thought it was going to be. Yeah, this is gonna call it off right here. Just a pretty good trading day. A lot of things learned. Oh, and sorry, I forgot the OTCs. VRLL missed it because of platform issues at the time. It went from 91 to 10. So 91 cents to 10. That's about 10% move. BLOZF, I was not able to get in this one because of the platform issues, I believe, or I think I missed it because I was looking at something else. I forgot. PLYZ is just continues to be at that range. I would have gone out a long time ago because, you know, you expect it to be something quick, and it doesn't have much range because it's already down a bunch from its highs. DPLS I did miss because of platform issues. When I saw it, it was around here. You know, it could have failed like the other stocks that I just showed. It could have definitely failed at number 5 and continued to downtrend more before it could work. So I didn't want to chase here in the 12s, and it got as high as 14, which is, I guess, impressive. Yeah, it's not bad. You know, then it did a double bottom. Again, I don't trade double bottoms. They don't seem to work on OTCs. So yeah, I did miss that because of broker issues. I don't feel too bad because of that reason. I'm gonna call it off here. Yeah, hopefully I can get myself in try. Maybe one day I can get a number 5 set up and it works. That would be nice. And I would like to be sure at some point in the future, you know, if a good setup happens. Like LODE was kind of good. It wasn't perfect. It didn't make the cleanest head and shoulders, but definitely gonna keep going at it.